Imagine waking up one day to find everything painted the color green. Weird, right? Well, it's not weird if you're from Ireland. Welcome to today's video, where we'll take you on a journey across the famous European country and touch on facts you didn't know about Ireland. And without further ado, let's get right into it. First and foremost, did you know that Ireland is an island? Bit of a tongue twister, yeah? It's actually the third largest island in Europe and ranks as the 20th largest island globally. Yep, you heard that right. Tucked away in the North Atlantic Ocean, Ireland boasts a significant size that might surprise you. Now, let's break it down a bit. Ireland sits snugly off its northwestern coast. Great Britain is its closest neighbor, with a few channels and seas in between, like the North Channel, the Irish Sea, and St. George's Channel. But here's the kicker. Ireland is more than just one unified piece of land. Nope, it's divided into two distinct parts. You've got the Republic of Ireland, which covers most of the island and stands as an independent state. Then there's Northern Ireland, which is part of the United Kingdom. A couple of years back, the entire island had a population of over 7 million people. That's a whole lot of folks calling Ireland home. Most of them, around 5.1 million, reside in the Republic of Ireland, while about 1.9 million live up north in Northern Ireland. With those numbers, Ireland takes the title of being the second most populous island in Europe, right after its big brother, Great Britain. Fact 2. The legendary Titanic, the most famous ship in the world, wasn't just built anywhere. It was actually crafted right in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Yep, the very city where you can stroll around today and soak up the history of this monumental vessel. And guess what? You can still feel the Titanic's presence in Belfast today. There's this incredible place called the Titanic Museum, where you can dive deep into the story of this iconic ship, from its grand beginning to its heartbreaking end. It's like stepping back in time, with every exhibit and artifact telling a tale of triumph and tragedy on the high seas. The following unknown fact happens to be an intriguing nugget about the Irish language. It dances to its beat when it comes to saying yes or no. Yep, you heard it right. In Irish, there are no specific words for yes or no, like you might expect. Instead, when someone asks a question, they respond with affirmations or negations. Say, someone asks, "Will you go to the shop?" Instead of a simple yes or no, you'd hear something like, "I will" or "I will not" in response. If you're a movie buff or just a lover of good cinema, you'll enjoy the next fact. A lot of the iconic movies you have ever seen were shot in Ireland. When Ireland steps onto the big screen, it leaves a lasting mark, no doubt about it. Some of the most iconic movies out there with scenes shot right in the heart of Ireland include Hogwarts Under the Moonlight in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, the epic battles of Braveheart, the otherworldly landscapes in Star Wars The Force Awakens, and the gripping wartime drama of Saving Private Ryan, all filmed against the stunning backdrop of Ireland. Another of the lesser-known tidbits about Ireland revolves around a beloved dish called the spice bag. Now, if you've never tasted one, you're in for a treat. Picture this: crispy chicken, golden french fries, and an enticing array of spices all mingled together in a bag. The spice bag has quietly become a favorite takeaway dish across the Emerald Isle. It's the kind of culinary creation that hooks you in from the first bite. Once you experience that perfect blend of crunch, spice, and savory goodness, it's hard to resist going back for more. What's fascinating is how this dish has captured the hearts and taste buds of so many in Ireland. It's not your typical fast food fare, yet it has found a place in the hearts of many as a go-to comfort food. Another fascinating nugget about Ireland is that it boasts the highest percentage of redheads in the world. Around 10% of the population rocks those fiery locks, giving Ireland its reputation as the land of redheads. But here's the kicker, it's not just about the folks with red hair themselves. Roughly 40% of the population carries the recessive redhead gene, even if they don't show it in their hair color. It's a quirky and distinctive aspect of Irish genetics that adds to the country's charm. Red hair has long been associated with Ireland, and it's a source of pride for many. Whether it's a result of Celtic heritage or just a stroke of genetic luck, there's no denying the unique beauty and allure of Ireland's redheads. Now, if you celebrated Halloween as a child, you should know that the roots of Halloween's spooky traditions like jack-o'-lanterns and trick-or-treating can be traced back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain. Samhain. This festival marked the end of the harvest season and the beginning of winter. In ancient Ireland, as the days grew shorter and the nights darker, people believed that during Samhain, the boundary between the world of the living and the world of the dead became blurred. It was a time when spirits could roam the earth freely, causing mischief and mayhem. To ward off these spirits and protect themselves, the Celts would light bonfires and carve frightening faces into turnips or other vegetables. These carved creations were meant to frighten away any evil entities that might come knocking on their doors. Over time, these traditions evolved into what we now know as Halloween, with pumpkins replacing turnips and trick-or-treating becoming a beloved pastime for children around the world. So yeah, as expected, Halloween is a big deal in Ireland, but that's not the only celebration that's taken seriously in this country. The other is St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day isn't just a one-day affair, it's actually celebrated as a week-long event in March. But here's the twist. While we often associate St. Patrick's Day with all things green, it wasn't always that way. You see, St. Patrick, the patron saint of Ireland, was initially associated with the color blue, not green. However, over time, the iconic nickname Emerald Isle and the prominence of the green flag led to a gradual shift in color preference. As St. Patrick's Day festivities gained popularity worldwide, the color green became synonymous with the holiday, symbolizing everything from Irish pride to the lush landscapes of Ireland itself. So whether you're donning green attire, sipping on a pint of Guinness, or joining in the lively parades and celebrations, you're partaking in a tradition that honors both Ireland's heritage and the spirit of St. Patrick himself. Also, if you have a soft spot for oysters, the Irish city of Galway is the place to be. This charming city hosts an international oyster festival every year, and it's quite a good time. One of the highlights of the festival is the Oyster Opening Championship. Expert oyster shuckers from around the globe gather to showcase their skills in a thrilling competition. It's a mesmerizing sight to behold as they deftly pry open those succulent shellfish, revealing the treasures hidden within. But the festival isn't just about the oyster opening showdown, it's a celebration of all things seafood, with plenty of opportunities to indulge in freshly harvested oysters and other culinary delights. From oyster tastings to seafood feasts, there's no shortage of gastronomic delights to tempt your taste buds. And let's not forget the lively atmosphere of Galway itself, with its vibrant streets, traditional pubs, and warm hospitality. It's a perfect backdrop for a festive gathering of oyster enthusiasts from near and far. One of the things you probably have heard about Ireland and its people is their love for beers. So if you thought Irish folks had a fondness for their beer, you'd be absolutely correct. It's not just a stereotype, it's a well-supported fact. On average, each person in Ireland guzzles down approximately 131.1 liters of beer every year. That's quite a hefty amount of hops and barley. With such a hearty appetite for beer, it's no surprise that Ireland boasts some of the finest pubs in the world. These cozy watering holes aren't just places to grab a pint, they're hubs of community, camaraderie, and crack. From bustling city pubs to quaint country taverns, each establishment has its unique charm and character. Whether you're sipping on a smooth stout like Guinness or sampling a crisp ale from a local brewery, you're sure to find a brew that tickles your taste buds. And it's not just about the beer, it's the lively atmosphere, the warm hospitality, and the rich traditions that make Irish pubs truly special. Whether you're sharing stories with locals, tapping your feet to live music, or simply enjoying a quiet pint by the fire, there's something magical about the pub experience and in Ireland itself.